Hey everyone, Voltaire Pavastan here, and I want to talk to you today about some mistakes I've been seeing businesses make using social media. We all know that social media is a great way to bring serious attention to your brand. It doesn't matter what your niche is, I'm telling you, there is a social media strategy that will work for you. But a lot of businesses fail at social media marketing, sometimes in brand-shattering ways. Now, as you probably know, one of the best ways to ensure your business lasts for a long time is to not do things that are dangerous to your brand. You can't make money if you don't survive. And if you screw up on social media, then you can kill your business by destroying your reputation. This is why I want to go over the 5 biggest social media mistakes that you can make and how you can prevent them from happening, or at least control the damage. I mean, I'm tired of seeing businesses fail at social media doing stupid things. I'm with Kaizen Sigma. We're a digital marketing company, including social media marketing. We've been doing social media marketing for 3 years, working for large and small firms. So if you like what you learn here and want to make it happen, feel free to check us out. But first, if you like this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. It lets me know that this is a great video and it'll help the channel grow so I can bring you more content like this. Now, we got a lot to cover and I know your time is valuable, so we'll get right into it. Number 1. No social media goal. According to the Buffer State of Social Report for 2019, around half of companies have a documented social media strategy. Half! You know what the other half has? Nothing! They got nothing! Just twisting in the wind with nothing. Those who fail to plan to fail. What most businesses, the ones without a plan, do is post things for the sake of posting. And they're throwing noodles at the wall and hoping something sticks. But social media marketing is not like SEO. You're not going to get more attention by being louder. You have to have a social media strategy before you start. Stop treating your business social media like your personal social media. And I've seen this happen over and over again. A social media strategy is your roadmap. Without it, your team has no guidance and you'll end up lost. So what does your strategy need? It can have a lot of things, but it all starts with one big question. What is your goal with social media? Do you want to get your brand exposure? Do you want to entice people to your website to read some content? Do you want your audience to download your freebie, if it's a PDF or if it's an ebook or whatever the case may be? I mean, do you want to get conversions directly from social media if you're selling something? You see, the goal that you choose will determine which platforms you choose, your posting schedule, and the type of content, and a lot of other things. Now, you may want all of these things for your company, but I recommend sticking with one thing until it's solid before moving on to a new goal. I also like this order. First, you need to get exposure to an audience. Then, you need to get them participating on your pages and generating a good relationship. Then you can learn on that and get them to convert. Number 2. Using the wrong channels. You know, there's a lot of different social media channels out there. You got Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and you know all the major ones. And many people who come to my company think they need to have a presence on all of them. They feel that if they're not constantly in their audience's face, then they'll never win at social media. So they get all the accounts and try to stuff them full of content, hoping to get as much attention as possible. Now, this is the wrong way to do it. It's a massive waste of time and energy, and it's why there are so many half-baked brand pages on social media platforms. Again, you need a strategy. Now, here's what you need to figure out. First, where does your biggest audience or your most lucrative market segment hang out online? Answering that question will cut out a lot of platforms right there. Always start with the platforms where you have an audience. Second question, what is your audience doing on those platforms? Are they buying? Are they networking? Are they entertaining themselves? And which of these activities aligns with your current social media marketing goal? You want to focus on the channel that has the greatest share of your audience, where they are doing the things that you want them to do. I believe it's far better to pour your attention into 1 or 2 channels than to scatter attention everywhere. You won't get stuck on the content treadmill for a bunch of channels. Fewer metrics, less work, more focused results. Get one social media channel locked down before jumping into others. Now, number 3, terrible content. Now, speaking of content, that brings me to this third item. You need to have good content. So what makes good social media content? I'm going to assume you already know your audience's likes and dislikes and that you're not putting up content with a lot of typos. I mean, what looks bad on social media? First, it depends on the channels you're using. Each social media channel has different content formats and features. Those need to be learned first. Find out what's possible on the platform. Are there word limits, image limits, acceptable use policies? Know what you can and can't do on the platform. Second, what do the users of the platform like and dislike? Just because you can do something on a platform doesn't mean that the users of the platform will like it. Each community has its own standards for how it likes to interact with marketing messages. A great way to figure this out is to find the most powerful brands, any niche, doesn't matter, on the platform and see what they are doing. How are they leveraging the features of the platform to make appealing content? This gives you the framework. Once you have that, you can fill it in with what your audience likes. You might find you'll have to invest in things like photography or video, or maybe hire a writer to make a longer piece of content. You might have to post more often or less often. You might even have to pay a platform to get some exposure for a bit until you get enough of an audience that your page can run on its own. It all depends on your specific situation. Fourth thing, be social. Social media is not a billboard. It is not a flyer at your local supermarket. You have to interact with your audience. Interacting directly with your audience is one of the benefits of this kind of marketing. If you don't interact, then people will think you're not paying attention to them. It's like trying to talk with someone when they're starting to use their phone. I mean, people get bored, they get angry, they think you're not listening to them. Don't be afraid to interact with your audience. Thank them for the comments and likes. I mean, respond to their concerns. Let them know you are listening. Yes, this takes some effort, especially if you suddenly get popular. But good interactions with a brand can hook a customer in a way that even great content cannot. It's personal, it's interactive, but you do have to be sensitive as well. Some of the greatest social media blunders made by big brands came from posting insensitive content or replying in a way that alienated their audience. Inc. magazine posted an article about some blunders last year. One was a German company that had a photo showing women gathered around a washer and looking excited about it, but they posted it on International Women's Day. Bad stereotyping. Snapchat lost $800 million for running an ad about hitting two celebrities who had a past history of domestic violence. These are extreme examples, but they could happen. Remember, reputation is everything. You build it by interacting with your audience. Don't ruin it with an insensitive or rude comment. Number 5, tracking the wrong metrics. Finally, you have to measure the things that matter. You have to understand social media metrics to know if you're moving toward your goal, and you have to know which ones are important. A lot of businesses get hung up on vanity metrics like the number of likes on a piece of content. If your goal is pure promotion and exposure, then likes is a great metric. But if your goal is something deeper in the marketing funnel, then likes is a useless metric. They make you feel good, but it doesn't reveal the real big picture. If you haven't delved into social media metrics before, you might be shocked at how many things they're tracking. You can get really granular in your analysis and look at behavior up and down the funnel. Don't get hung up on the vanity metrics. Figure out the ones that matter and then use good metric practices like setting up baselines and tracking intervals, things like that. Then you can tell whether or not your strategy is working. So those are the 5 mistakes I see businesses do with social media marketing. I hope you got some good information from this video. Best case scenario, you're already on top of your marketing and everything I've said is under control. If not, you know what to focus on now to get your social media marketing working. So let's get to work.